Welcome to the second half of the Harpers Ferry coverage. Okay, we're gonna drop down through here. Whoa!
Scared already? Let's play, little human. Let's play, little human.
Crap.
You die.
Somerset Special broke, but still got the shotgun. And 3 levels from now, I'll be able to use that 10mm pistol. Okay, there's still more super mutants around here. Can we open that or no? We can. Grab the fusion cells at least. Okay, well, I think we're in the clear for now, because even though there are super mutants nearby, they don't really know where we are. Manager's terminal. Okay, so we've got a journal here. November 16th, 2076. Sales of the shop have really picked up this month. A bunch of folks are buying up all sorts of camping gear, survival equipment, and canned goods. When I ask them what they're up to, they start talking about preparing for the end of civilization and the collapse of society. Sounds like crazy talk to me, but they're paying cash so they can say whatever they like. Of course, it gets a bit scary when they buy cases of ammunition. I don't exactly feel comfortable knowing we got these kind of kooks living in the mountains, sitting on that kind of firepower. January 1st, 2077. It's not even a single day into the new year and a fight breaks out in the streets over politics. No one knows who started it, but it didn't really matter. It was the same old story again. One guy mouthed off about how lousy the government is handling everything, and then a patriot stepped in to tell him he was wrong. Discussion led to shouting, shouting led to insults, and then insults led to blows. The police eventually broke it up, but this divide isn't getting any smaller. Harpers Ferry is tearing itself apart. March 20th, 2077. Had a fella in a fancy suit stop by the shop today. He was wearing dark sunglasses, had an earpiece, and looked clean cut. Almost too clean cut, if that makes any sense. I knew he was government way before he showed me his ID. He started asking all kinds of questions about the folks who've been stockpiling all the supplies. Then he asked me for names and addresses. I refused at first, but then he asked to see my tax records. I caught his drift, so I gave him the copies of my receipts, and he left without even saying thanks. Maybe those doomsday folks aren't so crazy after all. August 22nd, 2077. The summer's almost over, and the tourist season was a disaster. We're in the thick of it with China at this point, and I've got a feeling people aren't sure what's going to happen next. If it wasn't for the supplies I sold at the end of last year to those survivalists, I'd already be out of business. I'm still convinced the government will come up with some sort of peaceful solution to the crisis before it all goes to hell, but who knows? Maybe I should start stockpiling a few things myself, just in case. Okay. And yeah, so again, more information on how things were not good between the Free States and the local population here. And turns out the Free States were right, but at the time they sounded treasonous. And again, like I said before, they did literally secede from the Union. Okay, we got a clinic here. We're gonna head downstairs. There's stuff upstairs and downstairs. Ooh, oh, crap. There are too many traps in this place. Okay. Buff out. Alright, let's see. Let's open this door. When the terminal's not even locked, I've got to question why you have the security terminal. Okay. Got some junk over here. Stim pack. Med-X. More Med-X and a surgical tray. Okay. Here is a safe and a terminal. Oh, man. I don't have the skill required for that. That is unfortunate. I do apologize for that. Hopefully... Oh, I did level up recently, maybe? Let's see. Yes! Okay. Let's go ahead and open that thing up. Okay. So we got multiple sets of technician notes here. So it looks like September 2nd, 2076. Installing the symptomatic at the clinic without being bombarded by questions from the staff has been difficult. So far, I've convinced everyone the symptomatic is merely designed to make their life easier by taking blood samples, blood pressure, and body temperature quickly with hyper-accurate results. Even though the device can fully diagnose a patient's ailments and even issue prescriptions if necessary, I feel we shouldn't implement those features until after it's been here a while. We don't want the country doctor out here taking a torch to the device that could very well become his replacement. October 5th, 2076. After a month of tinkering, I'm confident that the symptomatic has been calibrated. Here are some of the issues and tips I ran into in the process. To avoid discomfort, this machine's rectal probe should be heated. The voice synthesizer shouldn't exclaim, "Bullseye!" every time it takes a blood sample. Liquid-proof the device's housing in case of misses when taking urine samples. During measurement cycles, the blood pressure cuffs shouldn't completely sever the patient's limb. Wow. Most of these issues were quite minor, although I'm fairly certain that there will be a lawsuit pending against MedTech very soon. I'm pretty sure that's for the last one there. And March 11th, 2077. Broken bones, airborne viruses, lacerations. There doesn't appear to be anything the symptomatic can't handle. We may have had a rocky start, but the device is beginning to hit its stride. I'm glad that we decided to install the fusion batteries inside the unit, as the clinic lost power last night and the device was able to operate without interruption. It appears that we have quite a success on our hands. And August 30th, 2077. The symptomatic has now been at the Harpers Ferry clinic for almost a year now, and it's outperforming all of our expectations. My fears that the machine would be seen as a threat to the staff's profession were wrong. They're actually quite appreciative of the help. Even the clinic's doctor has been taking a liking to the symptomatic, likely because he no longer has to be on call 24 hours a day. To call this a success would be an understatement. It's my opinion that MedTech should begin a full rollout on this device immediately. Unfortunately, this was just a couple months before the war, so they didn't really have time to do that. Oh, let's actually open that safe. Okay, and take the gunpowder at least. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll take the armor too. I keep forgetting, and I've said this before, that I actually do need to take armor and stuff, because what I'm currently using isn't really enough. Okay. Let's get moving. Head upstairs because there's still more lore to find here. Is there anything there? No. It's upstairs. Notes and a terminal. Okay. Letter of Resignation. Hey Ella, I know you were really excited for me to help in the clinic, but I think it's time for me to officially quit. I can put electronics back together no problem, but when it comes to people, I just don't have the stomach for it, as we witnessed the other day. Since the responders have stepped in, I truly believe I'm better off tinkering with radios. Abby. Okay. So Abby Singh was helping out here until she went back to work as an engineer, effectively. Lydia's journal, page 24. I can't do this. Connor came in today with a torn off leg. Jesse said a gulper got him. I mean, what the hell even is that? There was so much blood and we couldn't even save him. Ella said he'd already lost too much by the time they got him here, but they did what they could. Connor was my age. He didn't have a bunker to stay safe in during the war. He was a fighter, but it wasn't enough. Will any of this be enough? Okay. Safe there. And here we go, Ella's terminal. This is Ella Ames' work terminal here. We already read her home terminal back at the bunker. Open for business. I finally got this clinic in decent shape. It wasn't easy given the amount of patients we're already dealing with, but I had a lot of help from the survivors. I met it, I got a nice girl named Lucy who's been a big help. The mayor's even pitched in. And as an added bonus, Abby and Marty have been helping too. It doesn't really seem to be Abby's thing, but it's good to see her putting in the effort. Neeraj told me she hasn't been too keen on the idea of coming out here. The Carson family. In commandeering this terminal, I found the following entry. As of May 23rd, this clinic no longer serves the Carson family. This includes Caleb, Elizabeth, and their children, Madeline and Max. You can refer them to Morgantown or Charleston, but due to their constant involvement with the Free States, our doors are closed to them. I just have no words. To think that people here hated us this much, and now here we are, saving their lives. Yeah, the Carson family had a real bad time. Vault 94. I was talking to Miranda at the clinic the other day, and she told me about having an ambassador from Vault 94. From what she described and what I can gather, I'm betting you anything some simple fools went out there, witnessed a Gek in action, and somehow messed it all up out of ignorance. It explains the second large explosion we felt after the bombs dropped, and how this mysterious fog came rolling through that stirred up all this change. I can't even begin to scientifically theorize the effect it would have had on the environment when improperly utilized. She is right. They fired a minigun into the Gek reactor and blew it up. That's why the mire is the way it is. Ghouls. Thoughts and pondering on the things we call ghouls. First encounter. I saw and killed my first live ghoul today. There was no pride in it. The whole thing's got my mind all gummed up. When I examined the body, his human life was all I could see. I found a letter to his mama, just rotting away in his pocket. A picture of his daughter, at least I assume, and an old locket around his neck. I mean, Jesus, is this what we're all heading for? I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with Maria from that responders group. I'll see what she knows. Maybe we can learn more about it. This is amazing, really, because when you consider it, because every game you've played in Fallout, ghouls have been there, and it's just been a fact of life. These people were really just coming in contact with ghouls for the first time. Endless autopsies. I've been working with Maria Chavez a bit on these ghouls. There's no lack of bodies, although we steer clear of the glowing ones. I can only theorize on the circumstance that created those abominations. Body systems are mostly intact, some just barely, and others, like the immune system, I can't even speak for. The radiation in their systems may be their new immune system now. We've noticed some regenerative properties, especially when the glowing ones are present, so I can only speculate that radiation has made some severe changes to their cells. Sentient ghouls. Talked to a few survivors today about the idea of sentient ghouls. Had a man half off his rocker claiming he heard one of them talk. But of course he shot her first chance he had. I can't really blame him, but if something starts talking to you, you may want to try listening next time. For all we know, she could have been a survivor just like him, covered in swamp mud. But old Terry's story brought out a few more people who thought they may have heard a ghoul or two say a few things that made sense, most with the same knee-jerk reaction. I went and told Duncan if he had any run-ins with some chatty ghouls to see if he can either catch one or at least bring me its body. And Daniel Whitby. Today we got our first definitive proof that a ghoul could be, for lack of better words, friendly. One of the local boys, Daniel Whitby, was sick. We all figured he'd taken a backseat of the flu, and Lucy was keeping an eye on him. Well, all hell broke loose when people found out Lucy was hiding him away, looking for a cure. That boy just looked, scientifically speaking, all pruned up. Now Lucy's fled Harpers on account of all the people being royal assholes, and we got Daniel locked up in quarantine. I'm not even sure he'll last the night, but I've got Charlie and Jacob keeping watch. So yeah, again, dealing with ghouls for the first time, this has got to have just been crazy, because in the other Fallout games you have the benefit of all the knowledge of all the people that have lived for the past 100-something years, you know? In this case, they were just learning it for the first time. Okay, so we've got a couple more terminals to look at here. The first one we're going to look at is the one belonging to Miranda Vox. Crap. I do not have any long-range ammunition for a gun that works. Okay, we also have a holotape here, restoring order. Actually, there are multiple holotapes here.
Things are finally starting to shape up around here at Harpers Ferry. We got a lot of defenses up and running, a rail perimeter, and people taking lookout ships. Nearish is working on some new contraption to help with these brutal storms that sweep through. He said they could filter the air or something. And Ella's got a decent clinic set up to help with the responders. We feel like maybe Riley was right. Can't have a look at this. And some of these survivors prove they aren't completely worthless too. One guy, Duncan, turned out to be a decent hunter. Another gal, Kendall. He's a better shot than me. Still, you look at these people struggling here, think, you bastards had your chance. We practically spelled it out for you. You just turned your noses up and called us crazy. Bunch of idiots.
Oh man, I really wish I had more ammunition and more guns that worked. Partially my fault for getting rid of that pistol when I still needed it, but okay. Have I killed that one up there that was nearly dead? Well, there's another one at least. How close do you... Okay, he's about halfway dead. Is that it? Well, for now, that's it. Okay. Well, we gotta get up to the next street. So, we're gonna head on over here and upstairs.
Face me, you coward!
Okay, where is a good way up? I think there might be actually a terminal in here. I'll take that desk fan. Okay, can't unlock that. I need to get my lockpicking skills up to maximum, along with the hacking skills. Okay, anything else in here? I think... No, that's a different building. I was going to say, I think you can get on the roof there, but no, that's one of the other buildings a little bit further up. Okay, where is that one that was trying to kill me a minute ago? You still hear him stomping around somewhere. I know there's some in this building, usually. Yep.
Let's play!
I think I actually killed that one because of the sneak attack. Yeah. Damn. Missed. Crap. Ah. Missing with this is just the worst. There we go. Two more over here. Oh, and this gun's about to break too. That's great. How did that miss? Come on. Okay, come on. Nope, there we go.
Wounded.
Oh. Missing with the black powder weapons is just the worst feeling. Also, missing with a shotgun from 2 feet away. Also not a great feeling, but at least you can reload and get them pretty quick. Okay. Let's go. Again, more free state, well, anti-free states propaganda there. Get some ammunition on these guys. Good, okay. I think this is Miranda Vox's house, or office, whatever, regardless. We're gonna go upstairs and find her terminal. Got a whole lot of ballot printing machines around here. I'm wondering if there was more vote fraud going on here in Harpers Ferry, just like there was in Helvetia. If you want more information on that, you can watch my Helvetia video, which I will link here. Okay, Miranda's terminal. Let's actually eat this Salisbury steak here. Okay, survival. I have no idea how long it's been since the nuclear attack, but it feels like a lifetime. We're losing more people each day, but it's worse now. At first it was just radiation and injuries. Now we have to worry about people that want to take what little we have, and the surrounding forest and swamp area grow more deadly with each passing day. Vault 94. Recently we had our first ray of hope. An ambassador from Vault 94 arrived. She had real food and said the vault had enough supplies to establish a farm that could feed us all. I sent a group to check out her store when I should have gone myself. Those fools. I'm not sure what they did, but it wasn't long before we heard an explosion and the earth shook. Vault 94 and all its promise was destroyed, and now a strange cloud emanates from the entrance, wafting down into the surrounding forest. What have we done? Okay, real quick here. Vault 94 was a vault experiment where they were basically throwing in a bunch of pacifists with the idea that as soon as they get rid of all their weapons. Then when they open up the vault, still pacifists, dealing with the outside world, which is full of raiders and murderous monsters. And basically it was just Vault-Tech's way to basically be like, oh look, what a surprise, pacifists are easily killed after the war. But what happened was Miranda's people went up there, figured there was a trap that they were being let in by these friendly people that just wanted to show them what they had and offer them all the supplies. So they broke in, murdered everybody, shot at the Gek reactor, blew everything up. Idiots. Complete idiots. Alright, the Free States. I've heard from Quaid that he caught a glimpse from none other than Raleigh Clay outside his bunker. He said he was armed with a shotgun, so he didn't want to approach, but looked, as he put it, healthy as a horse. I may have shunned Clay and his Free States movement, but if I'm going to put the people here first, he may be our best bet. He and his people prepared for this very situation for years. If anything, perhaps he'll at least accept an apology. Okay. Let's open that up. But yeah, like I said, she realized that the Free States had been right. There we go, that's the safe. Okay. Well, let's see, there's still one more spot. I think there's actually a couple notes lying around here somewhere that I've been missing. Okay, this is the spot where I said you can get on the roof. Damn, no marsupial. There's still one more spot here that has like a bulk of lore to it. Again, here's a recipe. There's a note or two lying around here somewhere that I'm missing. Eat that pumpkin pie that's been sitting there for 20 years. I'm sure that'd just be delicious. Let's see. Okay. But, and there's some rat poison. I'll take that for the lead. Ah, crap. I forgot about the turrets out there. Well, there's one spot here that has a bulk of lore instead of just hunting for individual notes. Let's see if there is anything else up here first, though. There's a safe, but I can't open that. Man, those guns are loud. Okay, here's a holotape. A safe haven. I think this is about the non-feral ghouls.
I don't know if I'm dying, but my body has changed. And I've sought help. People laugh at my appearance or turn me away. I guess I'm what people are calling a ghoul. A name that makes me sick to my stomach. I've been chased out of my own home and now running from place to place, hiding like a criminal. A week ago, I was begging for food and was almost shot by someone who didn't want me near them. Well, I've had enough. I found a note from someone named Lucy Harwick. She claims to run a place where people like me can go to live their life without being afraid. I'm going to head out to Valley Galleria to see if it's true. And I hope to God that it is, because I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Okay, so I would grab this, but instead I'm going to direct you to a lore video I did on the Sunday Brothers that even shows you where to find all the lore related to the Sunday Brothers. So I'll put that here. Okay, well, we're going to head up there and keep dealing with these freaking turrets. I really need to repair some guns. There we go. This is the last working gun that I have that has ammunition. Okay. Be sure to loot everything off these things. Okay, and here we go into the churchyard. The final area with a big bulk of lore to it. Another one of the atmosphere cleaner things there. You have to assume that the super mutants have worked with turrets, because otherwise there'd be no reason for these turrets not to shoot them. So they've set these things up to view them as friends, which is really strange that they're that competent. Because, I mean, we're not talking about, like, the master super mutants here. We're talking about your average run-of-the-mill super mutants. These aren't even Blackburn's super mutants here. These are just plain old West Tech super mutants. If you want to kill me, you can come over here, because I am not trying to shoot you from all the way over here. All of you who want to try to kill me, you can come in here. Whoa! If you want to shoot me with that missile launcher, you can do that, but I am 2 feet away from you, and you will kill yourself. How are you not dead? I just used a critical shot on your face. I'm about to die.
Fight them.
Alright, we're back.
Would show up. I'd rip his legs clean off.
Okay, at some point, when I tell you to use the critical attack, you can use the critical attack. I don't know if you don't really want to, but... Okay. There we go. Okay, so I guess I hadn't used the critical attack on that guy earlier, but whatever. Let's repair some guns. That'll do for now. Okay. Got a mod there. Some ammo. Never used 38, but anyway. Sharon's Angry Letter. This is the nice piece of anti-ghoul prejudice. This is like the very first piece of it we find here. Mr. Hayes, something must be done about Daniel Whitby. That man is clearly carrying a disease and he needs to be removed from Harpers Ferry before we all become infected. Have you seen his skin? His hair? He's changing into a monster, and unless we exile him, we're going to end up looking that way. Send him packing right now, or force Ella or Maria to drag him back to the Responders HQ in Charleston. Whatever it takes. He's a ticking time bomb, Eddie. Don't wait until it's too late. Sharon. Sharon, the Karen of the Fallout universe. No, just kidding. Yeah, of course, you can't really blame them, really. I mean, it is clearly now, with retrospect, absolutely just crap. But when it comes right down to it, with your first time experiencing a ghoul, would you think, oh, you know what, let me go touch that person? Because really, I'd be thinking, crap, what do they have and how do I keep from getting it? Because it's not good. Obviously, now we know it's not something that's contagious, but at that point in time, there's really no way they would have known that. Ella's log, Harpers Ferry. And here's a nice key. I'm going to grab that.
May 2nd, 2080. Jesus, I'm tired. Ever since we agreed to help rebuild Harpers, it's just been non-stop work. These people are in some bad shape. Some are improving, but it pains me to see our supplies dwindle. It's just that logical knowledge of know when you pack for 4 and then suddenly you need to provide for 8. On the bright side, we met a guy named Derek the other day who said he's with a group of people called the Responders. They seem to have realized what we knew all along, that the government wasn't going to lift a finger to help clean up this mess. The Responders have been at it from the start with no sign of order, so they took it upon themselves to organize and help those in need. It's also a relief to no longer be the only one with a real medical background and training. Derek said he could bring back some supplies and help out a bit, at least until we're more settled. Lucy's been a great help, but her training as an esthetician can only go so far.
So much interesting information there. First of all, that they met Derek J. Castle. That was their first contact with the Responders. And we also know that Derek J. Castle was the one who came to investigate this spot after the Harpers Ferry attack. So, I mean, kind of beginning and end sort of a thing there. Let's kill these guys.
Huh? What's that? You pay for that.
This thing takes forever to reload too, but at least it's not as bad as the black powder rifle. But along with that, we also learned that Lucy Farwick, who went on to go help out the feral, well, not the feral ghouls, the sentient ghouls of the mire, that she started out as an esthetician that went on to help working out in the clinic.
None of us survived this. It not be you.
You say that, but here I am with like 80% health and you're down to 5. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, so that fortifications key we picked up inside the church. Hey, no longer do we have to worry about the level 3 locks here in the gate doors on the exterior of this place. You can now open any one of them with just that key. It's a great key. I think there are actually a couple more notes throughout the town, but I honestly don't remember where they are. And they don't add a huge amount to the overall story. It's just, one of them is, I think it's Lucy, somebody, talking about meeting one of the Responders. But again, it's nothing huge for the story, like these other 2 notes were that we got up in here. Well, the note and the holotape, I mean. Alright, so I think that we're going to actually end this here. I think I've probably split this into multiple videos now because I'm realizing how long that that we've been recording this. So, this has been the Resolute Cartographer. Thanks for watching, I'll see you again next time when we go after Sam Blackwell's terminal.